Hello, my treasures. It's time to discard all hope with Discard Warlock in Standard Hearthstone. And yes, you heard me right. It's for Standard and not Twist. Sure, we're missing some of the new powerful Discard Warlock support that they got in the Wild Only set, but we still have access to Tome Tampering, which is still incredibly strong. You'd be amazed what you can slam down by turn 4 if you get this online quick enough. Generally for this deck, you're going to try to cheese the game through Tome Tampering if you can fill your hand with a bunch of cards that get advantage off of being discarded, or some of your higher power cards so you can discount them to 1 mana. And then once you discard your hand with Tome Tampering, you're also going to be using things like Fizzle as a way to refill the hand instantly, or your other draw power cards. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, if you see Tome Tampering and you're going second, always keep it in your starting hand, because most of the time you're just going to slam it down on turn 2 by coining it out. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for early game removal tools and hopefully some good discard targets such as Walking Dead or Soul Barrage. Now with that all being said, let's look at some games. Let's keep the Tome Tampering. We are going for second, because if we hit 2 huge targets like that, and then we can slam this down on turn 2, that's all. It's game over, man, if we manage to pull this off. It Hey, they're just going to hero power. Come on, can we hit, like, something that we want to discard? That isn't technically it, but this hand is just, so nice. So nice to discount to 1. Because if we get Loken as a top deck now, like, it instantly draws us into a 12-12 most of the time. And even if it doesn't hit the 12-12, we'll hit like a 6-12, which is actually pretty good too. Let's draw a card. Oh! Come on. 6-12. We'll take the 6-12. That's just so insane. Turn 3. I don't think that's gonna help you, my friend. Okay, so we'll draw another card. Tome Tampering again. Okay, we don't need the second Tome Tampering. As tempting as that is, we don't need it. Let's just swarm the board with a bunch more minions. Now, this is what I call a true Discard Warlock deck. Or, like, it's the most high rolly shit that I've seen in a long time. Yep. Okay, time for a game against Paladin. This should be interesting, because the only Paladin decks I can think of right now is a Mech or Peer. And one I am just frustrated playing against because I just wish something new for Paladin would pop up. And there are a few interesting Paladin decks, it's just not a lot of people are playing them. They're going to coin something out. Oh, wait, that doesn't actually give us any information. Because really, that could just be used in any pure Paladin list. And I know some pure Paladin lists do use it. Good news is, if they are what I think they are... Hey, they are! Good. Okay, so we actually are facing something that's a little bit different. I almost want a hero power. There's a few decisions we could make. We could hero power, then pass it back. Or we could use Fiendish Circle, I guess? I don't think that's actually probably the best idea, but we could use it. Or we could just get rid of the minions since we were below. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Probably, honestly, would have been better to just hero power and took the 2 additional damage for a turn. Oh man, of course they have that. You know, it would be really cool if they would do something with auras that isn't just a aggro list. You know? Give the deck some type of big payoff. I don't know. Make something that repeats your auras. Alright, how do we want to do this? We haven't discarded anything. And we kind of want to draw a card, to be honest. The decision I'm about to make is going to be... Okay, never mind. I hate how that does the order. I wish the spell that you discarded would do after you AoE, because that would be a lot better, but there's a little bit or little complaints about this deck here and there that are just really, really annoying to deal with. The plus side, though, is we do have Plague Explosion now. Also, I just realized, I think I eventually cut out the chaotic consumptions for the weapon. I could be wrong. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm right, though. Or maybe I'm running one of them right now, one of each, and then I ended up just making it 2 of the weapon. There was something I cut out for 2 weapons, and I can't remember what exactly. Deathwing's interesting. It doesn't really do much here, but we can use this. Behold, our imps! And out of all the spells to discard that, actually Fiendish Circle would have been the worst there. There's Golden Wing. We do have the consumption for that Golden Wing, which is really nice, because we can just Fiendish Circle if any of our minions do live, or don't live. Yeah. Though top decking on our AoE would be nice, that isn't it. But drawing 5 is really good. Doesn't matter what deck you're playing, drawing 5 is really nice. Actually, this hand doesn't look that bad now. They'll probably get rid of the 2 imps, or at least 2 imps, I'd assume. Inventor's Aura again. Getting rid of the imps, just so we can't draw a bunch of cards, but that doesn't really affect me too much. Okay, Flame Behemoth. You know, I think I still have the golden. I might have gotten rid of it, because I think I opened a non-golden one. Okay, let's go for Sargeras. Now, this is actually a really good hand to fizzle. We probably should have also hero powered. The really nice thing about this deck in particular, when you fizzle, the fizzle snapshot is basically an entire full hand, and you're never gonna like overload your hand too much. And really, you could, in theory, just have a tome tampering in that copy of a hand, and then just keep on going down the tome tampering route. Speaking of tome tampering, all right, I don't think we're going to do tome tampering, but I do think we're going to send them to the void, because it doesn't trigger their death rattle. Okay, replicating. Flame Behemoth number 2, because why not, I guess. Chill-O-Matic. Chill-O-Matic could have been fun. At least they didn't get the shark, I guess. All right. Let's put the taunt on all of our imps, because I've definitely... We really should fizzle first. We really should have fizzled there first, but it is what it is. We're going to get rid of the big minion, leaving up the 1/1s, and then we'll have 3 taunts. Oh, Impending Catastrophe. It's actually pretty nice for next turn, because one of our imps should survive no matter what, right? And it isn't like that deck plays a lot of AoE, though the consistency of them getting Containment Unit is quite annoying, I would say. Walking Dead. Lake Eruption. Draw some cards. Sympathy is really funny. Don't think we're going to use it, though. At least not this turn. And we can't really slam down... I mean, we can slam down the second Walking Dead. We probably also should have just used the last ability on Sargeras so he could attack next turn, but, you know, Plus, it would have been an even bigger wall. Slamming down the Walking Dead probably wasn't the best solution. Okay, now we have to deal with the good old Ametus. I've been trying so hard to make that card work. I have some really funny ideas, but they're just really, really bad. I made Sargeras into a 2/2, but I don't really care. Kind of a waste, in my opinion, on how they did that. Alright, come on. Give us something cool. I guess remove 6. That removes the possibility of them drawing something like Crusaders Aura, which would have made our lives a living nightmare. We actually hit a lot of really good targets there. That's really good. Okay, we can refill our hand even more. Oh, Tome Tampering, Deathwing. I guess Tome Tampering is what we're going to get rid of, because Deathwing is 1 cost, so our good old 4-cost spell isn't going to actually get rid of him. Oh, Steam Cleaner, why? Why did you have to do that? We could have had greatness there. Well, there goes all the discounted cards. How do we want to do this? That actually isn't a bad top deck either. You can go face. Pop that. Going to get rid of the 6/1, which sucks, but it is what it is. Then we're essentially going to basically replace them all. And we might as well discard. Behold, the destroyer of worlds, Deathwing. GG. That little taunt isn't gonna save you. We could really... actually, no, we can't. Never mind. I was like, we could really BM them by Scourge Supplying, but that would have been bad. Okay. Alright, time for a game against Druid. Let's see what they have in store for us. Honestly, this opener doesn't look too awful. I kind of want to get rid of Fizzle and Sympathy. Actually, let's just get rid of everything except for Scourge Supplies. Okay, I didn't like Scourge Supplies enough that I wanted 2 of them. So this is going to be an interesting matchup because Sargeras, if we draw into him quick enough, can win us the game. That is the underlining truth here. The problem, though, is drawing him quick enough and living till turn 8 if we keep the coin. Suffocating isn't bad. We could technically coin out Fiendish Circle. I don't think that's the smartest decision. We probably are going to want a hero power, unless... Please pass self. Don't tell me you actually did the coin. Oh, coin for Scourge Supplies. Oh, never mind. That was a big mistake. In theory, it's still like a draw 3, but we have so many draw cards already that we just... Yeah, no, that was not a good decision. Okay, so we... if we had 1 more mana, we would be good right about now. But we decided to use the coin before. Oh, I guess we can draw 3 still. Okay, there's Harp. Hey, there's the second Fiendish Circle. Alright, actually, this doesn't look that bad. It could definitely be a lot worse than it currently is. I really hope. Oh, I mean, they're going to buff everything up. At least we'll do it 4 damage to everything, which is good. Puts them behind, and they only have 1 card left in hand. I think we're in a pretty decent position. There's 2 ways... Actually, no, there isn't 2 ways. Oh, actually, that... Oh, the order there always annoys me. Because if it went after you destroyed the board, then it would have just been 6 damage to face, but for some dumb reason it isn't. Okay, so... I'm glad that they got that and not Drum Circle there. Drum Circle could have been bad. Tome Tampering. Tome Tampering's funny. I don't know if it's useful yet. Oh, Tome Tampering number 2. Now, the question is, do we prioritize the Tome Tamperings over the Discipline? Yeah, I think we do. And then we forge this down. Because in case we accidentally discard one of the Tome Tamperings here, we will still have it. Because our hand is actually kind of stacked for discarding cards. Actually, we need something that is high cost. That's the main thing we need right about now.
We all exist in harmony. An odd decision.
So they definitely have Drum Circle now. Now that is actually a pretty good top deck. We just don't have the mana. See, that's why we kept the Tome Tampering and not the Disciple. And the second Harp. I guess we use the Explosion, get rid of their board, draw a few cards. Come on, give us something good. Boy, oh boy, we are not getting anything good. Mortal Coil we're going to get rid of just because that is technically the worst option. Natural Causes, they're going to get 2 minions. We need some AoE. That's what 3 minions. Walking Dead. Okay, so we can AoE everything here. We probably should have actually put the additional copy of the AoE in the deck, to be honest. Can we get something cool? Sargeras is good. Sargeras on a Fizzle is really nice. Actually, Sargeras on turn 8 is really good against the deck we're playing against right now, because we slam down Sargeras, we wipe out their board. But if we can find another way to get rid of their board, okay. Because if they don't overextend, there's no point in getting rid of the board with Sargeras. Loken's interesting. But we do have the second Sargeras in the Fizzle. So if we play our cards right, this won't matter too much. We also have Loken in hand, so as long as we don't draw into Deathwing, we should be able to get a 12-12. Okay, they're going to draw a card. Forge, which means it's, what, Embrace of Nature? Yep. So they're probably going to get into the second Drum Circle or Life Binders. Hey! Flash Lightning. I'm a little bit worried if they're going to be able to overextend where we can't do anything about it. Speaking of overextending and not having any way to deal with it, Sargeras is bye-bye, so we don't get even a taunt wall every turn, which is... Actually, we still have a way to deal with this board. This board actually isn't as bad as I thought it would. Come on. Deathwing, Deathwing. Yeah, there we go. Now, the question is... Actually, never mind. I was going to say, is the question discarding the entire hand so we can use tome tampering, or by using tome tampering? We might actually just Deathwing too, because Deathwing does destroy the board. Oh, are they going to have some of the Miracle package? Please tell me you don't. There's Eclipse. Okay, there's Eclipse number 2. Come on, overextend. We just want to see you overextend. Okay, Drum Circle. That does overextend. And the funny thing is, we still might just want to use Tome Tampering to get rid of their board instead of using Deathwing. Because we have what? Oh. Screw it. Deathwing's just better. They're not going to have an answer to Deathwing with like 4 cards left in deck. Hey, actually that worked out really, really well for us. Symphony of Sin stayed. Sure, we lost Tome Tampering, but I don't mind too much. We have 4 cards left in deck. They have a little bit more than we do. But as long as they don't slam down 4 spells to get rid of Deathwing instantly, we should still be fine. Natural Causes. Oh, please, Death. Oh, why? Out of all the cards you could have randomly generated, Alter Chord. Well, Deathwing was fun while we had him. All right, what do we want to draw here? Fizzle is actually good. Oh, wait. Oh, we should have played other cards first. Oh, that was bad. Well, yes, Desire. We could also do Sloth, but Sloth doesn't do too much if they have a lot of buffs left. I guess Desire doesn't really do much either. I can't believe we misplayed like that. Please don't make it backfire. Oh, you know what? We do have the Tome Tampering and 3 removals. Actually, technically 4. So we might actually still be fine. They only have 5 cards left in deck, plus the 3 in hand. Can't remember if they used both Drum Circles or not. I think they did, which is good for us. They Innovate. Oh, Cultivation would be a really, really nasty, of course, top deck. I mean, at least it's only 4 minions, right? And then if they attack with the 3/3 into one of our minions, we should be fine. Actually, even if they don't... All right. We have this still. 6 damage to all characters. No. I kind of just want to discard everything. I know this is probably not the play to do, but it does discount everything, and then we can basically reset our hand. And hopefully we can draw into maybe draw 6. Oh, okay. That's still decent. I have a few more cards to burn through. Let's go. I think we just win this from this point of view. Yeah. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So there's good and bad news. The good news is the high rolls of this deck are insane and probably the reason why you would want to play it. But the bad news is the deck is still kind of missing a big win con. Tome Tampering is an insane card, and it's weird that it doesn't see too much play as it currently stands. But honestly, it's probably because Warlock doesn't really have any good payoff for discarding your entire hand right now. If the new Cho'Gall was in standard rotation, this deck would be incredibly strong, but because the deck is missing a big win con, it is weaker than some of the other Warlock decks that you could be playing. Though it will catch a lot of people off guard and it can actually steal quite a few games, it is just a very difficult deck to pilot because you don't really have that much control over what cards you're going to discard. For example, if Disciple of Sargeras actually discarded the highest cost spell, then you'd always be guaranteed to discard Soul Barrage, and then you'd have a much better time. But because it doesn't read that, the card is a little bit wonky and can be incredibly frustrating to actually play. Generally though, this deck is a lot of fun. If you're looking for something a little bit new and unique, then this is a perfect deck for you to try out. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.